My husband, M32, read my F28 diary and sent pictures of it to my mom. What should I do? I've been married for a little over a year now. Our marriage was arranged and I have a hard time with understanding and getting along with my husband. He's super religious, like even doesn't listen to music, kind of religious, and follows all those religious rules. Over the course of the year a lot of things happened and I have come to really not like him.
Then one day, my mom calls me saying how my husband had called her about my diary. I wrote about my ex and how much I missed being with him because we really loved each other, and sent her pictures of it.
She then forwarded those photos to my sister, who also read it. It's like all my personal thoughts and feelings are being put on display. I don't know what to do anymore.
My mom keeps pestering me to make a decision, so I am not sure what to do. What should I do?
Edit, to clarify. My mom wants me to make a decision about whether to stay with the guy or not. Although at the end of the day, I'm not sure if my family will support it and I might end up on my own. Which is scary. I've never been on my own before. I grew up in a household with a lot of yelling and borderline domestic violence.
I don't like fighting. I don't like conflict.
I'm scared. It makes me anxious. My mom also threatens me.
I'm going on 28.
When will I have kids?
Will I ever be able to have a family? A home to call my own? Will I ever be happy?
I'm scared.
I don't know what to do. Your whole family needs to learn to respect you. But if you don't like him, you should not stay married to him.
Are you able to safely leave him? What decision is she pestering you to make?
If you don't want to be married, then leave. Your life is too short to stay married to a man you don't like just because of your parents.
Live your life. Divorce.
He lacks respect and boundaries.
It's not fixable. He sucks.
Wow, leave the marriage.
That's not okay, you sound unhappy. If it was an arranged marriage, leaving him or getting a divorce might not be an easy option.
I, 26F, am 6 weeks postpartum.
My husband, 28M, is completely different.
What should I do?
My husband, 28,
and I, 26, have been having a hard time after the birth of our second baby. Everything seemed to be normal until one day when he came home and he seemed like a total different person. After many talks, he tells me that he feels like he tolerates me and that he has to force himself to love me. That this has been for a long time and it's just now hitting him hard. I asked for how long, as this is all new to me, and he said, our whole relationship. I'm taken back by this and in total shock, as we have been married for almost 4 years and been together for 6.
I don't get why he waits until we are 2 kids in to drop this bomb on me. He says that he felt pressure and after every fight I came back to him, his words. I don't know what to do, as I don't want to put my 2 kids through this and have separated parents.
They don't deserve this at all, and I don't either.
I feel like I have to choose between my kids having a one-household situation or my happiness. I've been trying so hard to do things to make him happy.
But it always seems like I never do anything right. He never wants to touch me anymore or even say he loves me.
He just says that he's trying or he's working on it.
This is hurting my heart and I'm trying to push through it, hoping it's a postpartum effect on him, but I'm not sure.
I'm tired of spending countless days and nights fighting depression and crying. I shouldn't have to ask to be loved. For someone to try to love me. It should come naturally. I know I'm not perfect and have things to work on, but if I do anything wrong, it's not intentionally. I'm kind-hearted and wear my heart on my sleeve for my family.
This is such a hard time and I don't get why he never spoke up in the first place. He's a very busy man, so I try to give him his time and space, but I feel as if work and money is more priority than family.
I don't get why he waited until we were 2 kids deep to drop this on me.
You don't want to put your kids through what, exactly?
Growing up in a house where dad hates mom? Growing up in a house where everyone has to walk on eggshells because dad's an asshole?
Growing up in a house where mom is perpetually unhappy? Get over this stupid notion of staying in a shitty marriage, for the kids. You're doing no one any favors doing that, least of all your children.
2 healthy households, 1 shitty household. The only thing that has changed is that he's more busy with work now than ever before. Unpopular opinion. Your husband has become inappropriately involved with someone at his workplace. He's rewritten the entire narrative of your relationship to justify his own behavior.
That is a very common aspect of an emotional affair.
He's clicked with another woman and trying to convince himself that he's not cheating because he never felt the way he feels now. You need to read up on emotional affairs right now.
Print out one of the questionnaires, then sit down with him and tell him he needs to be honest with himself and you because there is no way to repair your marriage as long as he is denying what he's been doing.
Sounds to me like he met someone and is trying to justify leaving so soon after you give birth.
I am so sorry, you deserve better.
Please find a support system to help you through this trying time as he obviously can't be relied upon. The most selfish thing you could do for your kids at this point is stay. It's time to go.
I'm sorry. Felt the pressure? And now he doesn't?
He clearly hasn't grown up enough to handle responsibility and accountability.
Talk it out with him and choose yourself.
He's not the victim. File for divorce and get alimony and child support. Your marriage is over and he's already been fucking someone else for a long time.
Why did my 18F boyfriend, 18M, hate going down on me? He and I have been together for around a year and a half, and after months of him begging to go down on me, I let him earlier this week.
He got up and wiped his mouth as he frantically drank Dr. Pepper.
Not wanting to go down on me is obviously not a deal breaker for me because he had to beg me in the first place, but I have never reacted like that after going down on him.
I'm bisexual, so I've gone down on a woman before, and I'd be lying if I said going down on a man is more enjoyable. At least for me. And I've never noticed in bad smells or anything, so honest, I just don't get it. It could be because I washed my entire body with soap that morning, but I don't know. He has such an aversion to it now and it just makes me feel disgusting and unwanted. He had told me before that he fantasized about it and now it just feels like a ruined some kind of dream for him?
Any advice? Update. We talked and he told me that he didn't realize he reacted like that and it didn't have anything to do with me. It just wasn't for him. But I just can't let this go yet for some reason. It might just be because I know I wouldn't do anything remotely like that after going down on him, even though I know he showers maybe once or twice a week and I don't necessarily like doing it, but I know he does, so a part of me still just feels insanely disrespected.
I would just ask and see what happened on his end. I don't think y'all can move forward without addressing it and communicating about it.
Dude doesn't shower and you still do that for him? These 18-year-olds think they are invincible.
Him, even though I know he showers maybe once or twice a week.
Don't put his unwashed junk anywhere near you. You can get yeast infections that way. Tell him to take better care of himself at least, whether or not you stay with him. Girl, go on and get you a man that tells you to sit on his face. NGL. So I think what happened here is that he fantasized about it so much he had a picture in his mind of what to expect in terms of taste and whatnot.
I know when I was younger I'd always hear in rap songs about how it's sweet, or so good. And obviously not everyone is like that. I think that you need to talk to him about how his reaction made you felt and that this is what reality is. It's not gonna taste like peaches or be sweet.
Maybe he'd be more willing to go down on you if you had a big juicy dong?
I 22M have an amazing girlfriend 24F, but I don't think our future plans work out mathematically.
I have a girlfriend of 6 months who is amazing in every way. Super helpful, lots of things in common. I love spending time with her, makes me feel appreciated and supported, etc.
She's very set on having children starting at 27, and having a lot, e.g. 4+.
That's fine by me, and I find it very attractive that she wants to prioritize starting a family as I do too. Once she starts having kids, she won't work again until all of them are in proper school. However, I ran the numbers in my head the other day and I don't think this can work.
She'll be 27 in 3 years. I'm just about to start my career, so I'll only be 3 years in when we start having kids.
I'll barely have finished the training period in my profession, and already I'll need to support a quickly growing family with my income alone?
For at least 9 years, assuming 1 child per year and starting school at age 5?
I'll very likely still be in the moving around figuring out exactly where I want to settle phase, and that doesn't seem compatible with children either. To think of it another way, I considered if she was 2 years younger than me instead of older. Then, when she was 27, I'd be 7 years into my career, much more settled and almost certainly making a lot more money. That sounds so much better, and now I can't stop thinking that I wish she was younger than me. How do I make this work or change how I'm looking at it?
Are you doing this math together or in a vacuum? You've dated 6 months. So you, reasonably, won't even be married until she's 26/27. Wouldn't you want to have some time as a couple before kids? I don't think that most couples can afford to live on one salary at 2530, yo.
Adding 4 kids to the mix is a lot.
I think you need to talk to her seriously about the numbers. Her being a stay-at-home mom may not be an option.
The only realistic way for her to achieve her goals is for her to leave you to find a man who is already established in his career and also looking for a stay-at-home wife. Wish her good luck with that. Her being set on these specific things is a massive red flag.
You are 22 and just starting your career. You don't even know who the hell you are or what you want to do in life.
These things need to be figured out before you can consider slightly realigning your goals to accommodate someone else, and that is all you should ever do for a partner. Slightly realign your goals, and only occasionally.
Talking about kids and setting ultimatums at 6 months in is crazy work, browski. Run for the hills.
That sort of thing would be more understandable at my age, but for as young as you guys are, it's a massive red flag. You're a mere 6 months into this, aka the time when the blur of the honeymoon phase is wearing off to where you can actually get to know each other. It takes a good 2 years or so to even know if the person you're with is who you should marry. If you're being responsible, you also can't get married until you're at least 25. Unless you want to be divorced by 27, which statistically is what happens to premature marriages.
You and this person are simply incompatible. Not just because of the rigid timeline she's invented for herself,
but because you're reasonable and rational and she's out in space operating on emotion alone with no regard for reality. You're 6 months in and she's already talking about 4+ kids. You shouldering all the finances and her not going back to work until they're all in school? That's a bit rushed, don't you think? It's great that she knows what she wants, but the two of you are only 6 months in. This doesn't seem well thought out at all, and I'd be questioning if she's considered the realistic implications of this.
I just want to say having a kid per year for 4 children is absolutely not smart and will literally destroy her body. Other than that, you need to decide if y'all can compromise. Planning, growing, and changing the plan together is what marriage is about. Signed, a mother of 4 children, 2 of whom were back-to-back and nearly killed me.